Well, Khalil Gueye now joins me for more on Islam and peace in Senegal. Khalil, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you, Vincent.
Yes,
Thanks for having me.
Nice piece and also very interesting sentiments there. But the question is, for many, they still ask the question, why is it that any terrorist act, at least we've witnessed in the recent years, seems to be perpetrated by somebody who professes the Islamic faith?
You know, unfortunately, that's the case.
Yeah.
But in reality, real Muslims who really read and understand what God says in the book, in the books, because in the Quran they talk about the books of Allah.
Yeah.
So all the books from Abraham, you know, through Moses, Jesus, etc. So, but the thing is that in this modern world today, it's very easy to sit in a corner, use a cell phone, and do something. And you know, that is one of the big causes of the uncertainty today.
Yeah.
And you know, as people want to be seen and to set up steps in their own evolution, you see, it's easy. Facebook, whatever, you can use it.
Yeah. Now, the leaders here, listening to those leaders in Senegal, the leaders of, religious leaders, they say they do acknowledge that there are some young fellows or some people who have traveled to other countries, and he mentions Arab countries, and they bring back some kind of radical form of teachings. So is that an acknowledgement that there is actually some of those within the Islamic religion who teach some extremist ideas?
Right. But the country, I mean, Senegal is very strong on really looking after, you know, today's news. Yeah. The headlines in Senegal today is an imam who was arrested because he received millions from Syria. So that happens. The state is strong, and the majority is Sufi. Yeah. And those leaders I talked to, Al-Amin in Tuawan, they are very respected. And the teaching come from the 11th century because the Islam has been there over the last, you know.
So they kind of have been fighting to protect the teachings of the Sufi, kind of the Sufi teachings, which do not tolerate violence. Is that the case?
Which rejects violence, hate, and intolerance, you know. Sufi philosophy, the way it is practiced in Senegal. And that's why we are still resisting to foreign influences. Like, you see what happens around Senegal, in Mali, in Ivory Coast. Yeah. It hasn't yet happened in Senegal because of the strong Sufi practice there. But I don't say it's not going to happen, but I know the situation is not ready for that. Yeah, actually.
It's, the biggest challenge usually is the youth. It seems like the younger people get attracted to this kind of ideologies. So how are they trying to rein in on this so that the younger people with this access now, internet and whatever the case may be, don't get influenced?
You know, that's a big issue. The youth have no hope in general in West African countries, you know, and they are looking for opportunities. Yeah. So they become easily cannon fodder for people who want to use them. Yeah. And the same youth that goes across the sea is the same youth that goes to Islamic movements. Okay. It doesn't mean they're Muslims or they're believers. It just means because they have no hope.
Okay. Well, Khalil, thank you very much for sharing with us this.
Thank you so much.
Khalil Gueye is a journalist and a native of Senegal.